Welcome to the final lesson of this entire program. We are in the last part of Module 3, and we are going to talk about some serious things, and that is profiting from your passion and what that looks like in an easy way that aligns with your mission and your values. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right into this training. In Module 3, we're talking about content that converts, and the latter part of this training is all about profiting from your passion. So now we're going to talk about monetizing your blog business in a serious way that's going to make a really great impact for your audience and your online community. So again, just reiterating the goals of the entire module, we're going to increase your online presence with content marketing, which is what we covered in the past lesson. And now we're going to set up multiple streams of income and create your signature offer. So we're going to talk about profiting from your passion, and a lot of the work that we did in Module 2 about creating courage, money mindset, and building the confidence is going to really help you set up for profiting from your passion. You have to be confident and have the courage to price anything that you're offering to your audience in a good way. And having a proper money mindset is going to allow you to attract and magnetize the money you deserve into your blog business. So the first thing I want to talk about with you is creating your signature offer. Your signature offer is essentially the final stage in what we call a sales funnel. It's where you're going to lead your reader towards your signature offer, and it highlights your brand values and identity. So basically, this is where you want to see the transformation from a reader to a final client and or customer. And your signature offer offers a specific solution to a specific problem. So the entire time during this program, we've been specifying what the specific problem is that your ideal readers have and how you can help them transform from point A to point B, and how your mission and vision are going to help serve a purpose for them. So creating a signature offer is also going to help solidify your online presence and brand identity. So again, the entire time we've been talking about building your authority and building up your expertise. Now you're going to set up your entire authority, expertise into one package into this signature offer. So I want to give you an example of what a signature offer looks like. So something like this might be my signature offer, which is this program. My signature offer right now are my one-on-one coaching programs. It's a high-ticket program. It's higher price. There's a lot of bang for your buck, and there's a lot of value that goes into this offer. And I created this offer based off of my ideal reader and helping them transform, just like you, from where you were to where you want to be. And how I drive people towards this ideal offer or this signature offer is through what I call an opt-in. And that drives traffic towards my email list and helps me build a list, a community of people to build off of. And this opt-in is actually called the 3-step framework. So it bounces off of the actual method and signature program that I created in my coaching programs. So before we get into actually talking about creating your own signature offer, I want to talk again about money mindset and pricing with confidence. So how you think about money and how you think about pricing is going to determine whether or not people are confident in you based on if they can tell if they're confident, if you're confident in yourself. So you always want to resonate with your audience and show your value and price off your worth. So just think about, as we're going through this, you don't want to just have the money factor in mind, right? You want to continuously think about, how can I continue to offer the best possible value and improve upon that for my reader? However, of course, we're going to be thinking about money, right? This is a higher ticketed offer. This is your highest priced program or product. And of course, it's going to come down to, well, this is how much money I need to make in my business. So I don't want you to just give yourself away and not price your worth. So you need to make sure that you're confident and have that courage so that you can go into this with confidence, pricing it at a price where it's worth and what it's valued. So when it comes to creating your own signature offer, there should be one problem, one reader, one method, and one result. If we get into a multitude of problems and results and methods towards it, then it just kind of gets confusing for your reader. So we really want to simplify this by just sticking to the number one. One problem, one solution. One reader, one method that you can use for all your readers, but in the end they experience the same result. Now their transformations might look a little different, but in the end you want them to experience this sort of transformation or result similar to what you're experiencing right now through this program. As you can see, here are the 7 steps that I've created for you to start creating your own signature offer today. It's pretty simple. It seems like a lot, but part of these stages or phases of creating your offer you should already have done, so it should be pretty simple. It's all about a matter of actually creating the offer, pricing it, and naming it. So step 1 in the entire process of creating your signature offer is you need to create a process, right? So whatever your offer is, you want to decide which steps, phases, or stages it's going to take for your reader to experience your transformation of going from point A to point B. So you're going to map out this process or method that you create, and it should align with your brand values and mission. So I'm actually going to walk through your inspired action exercise step by step and kind of show you what it looks like to create your own signature offer. But basically when you're creating a process, and I want to give you an example of like some higher ticketed signature offers. For instance, for me, like I said, that's one-on-one coaching services. If you're a travel blogger and you want to do one-on-one services, you might do like travel itineraries for people. Maybe people don't want to spend the time or energy towards, booking the tickets or finding things to do or creating itineraries for 1 to 2 weeks overseas. So that would be a service you could offer. You could create a process that you take them from having no clue what they should do, they're unorganized, and they usually just go and travel on a whim and they spend way too much money, where you create this process for them where you figure out what they like to do, what best places they should visit, and then create a budget based off of what they give you. And basically you just give them this like really nice packaged itinerary for them to go off of, and it's basically a roadmap for them. So that could be an example of a really higher ticketed program or service that you could offer to your readers if you're a travel blogger. So there's so many different ways to look at this depending on which industry you're in, if you're personal development, if you're travel, if you're lifestyle, if you're into food, whichever industry you're in, just kind of think outside the box as to what services or products or programs are already out there for your targeted audience and how you can use what makes you different and what makes you stand out to serve your reader and create that value so you can offer them a signature program or product. So the second step, obviously, this would be one of those minimal things but super important, and that would be to name your offer. So when it comes to naming your offer, you really want it to attract your ideal reader, right? You want to use any of the brand copy or phrases that you created from the earlier trainings to create and name your offer. So examples would be a blueprint, a roadmap, step-by-step guide to da-da-da-da, or the 3-step formula to this or that. So get really creative. You can use a thesaurus, which is a really fun activity, is just name your offer exactly what it is. So let's go off of the travel itinerary example. So let's say you have travel itinerary services. Look up each word in the thesaurus, travel, itinerary, and services, and kind of create different words or play on words that sounds better than just travel itinerary services or whatever you want to call it. So get creative, use your brand copy, use phrases that you know are going to speak out to your ideal reader. All right, so the next step is to price your offer, and I kind of talked about this already when it comes to being confident in your pricing. So when it actually comes to feeling confident and saying, okay, I feel comfortable charging somebody, I want you to look into market research as to any services or products you want to offer, see what is already out there. I want you to price based on what feels good and right for you. So in the coaching world, it's so prominent nowadays and popular for people to just keep telling you, you can charge more, you can charge more, you can charge more, you should be charging this, you should be charging that. And at the end of the day, it needs to feel good to you. So if you're not comfortable charging so much money, but you know you can make it, then don't, because then it's not going to feel right to you. But again, you do need to make sure whichever pricing point you create that you get a return on investment, right? So whatever you invest into creating a signature offer, or whatever you need to make to get back your money or to live how you need to, that you're charging like that base amount and probably a little more. But again, like I said, I want it to feel right and good for you. So if you're very uncomfortable with the pricing that maybe someone else is telling you, then take a step back and don't listen to them, because ultimately the price has to resonate with your values. And of course, always consider the resources and again, investments you might need to make in regards to creating your signature offer. So this could be like your monthly business expenses. For me personally, that would be like my email marketing program and like my graphic design suites and Adobe suites. So just consider those monthly costs and add those into your pricing. I always do that for my coaching. I factor in the resources it takes to create my trainings, what programs I use per month, and that actually gets added into the overall package price, because I need those programs, I need those resources to create the most valuable offer to my audience. The next step in this process is to actually create your offer, right? So now you know what you want to offer. You should already know your targeted audience. You know how much you want to price it for. You know what you're going to name it. So this is like the meat of the process, right? This is where most of your time is going to be taken up, and that is in developing your actual offer. How are you going to deliver your offer? So if it's one-on-one services, which program are you going to use to make calls? Are you going to do face-to-face calls? Are you going to strictly use email? Are you going to need graphic design programs? Are you going to be using your email inbox often? You know, consider every single thing a part of this offer to develop it, okay? And then when you're actually creating the offer, think about the deliverables. So what all can you deliver to your audience or your customer or client when you're creating this offer? So for me, on one-on-one coaching programs, I like to give them a little client folder they can access. We mainly use Google Forms and Google Docs to create business plans. I use Teachable to upload videos and trainings and upload PDF documents. And then when it comes to the one-on-one calls, I use Zoom online because it's free for the user, and I can record the training sessions. So when it comes to creating the offer, also think about the deliverables, but most importantly, think about the content. So the content is where it's at, right? So this is your 5 to 10 steps in your offer, your 3 steps, whichever it is to take your reader from point A to point B, right? There is no rule on how many steps or phases, stages you want to create for your offer or your method, but you do want to kind of keep it simplified. You don't want to overwhelm them, but you also want to give them the most value. So this is where it might take a little bit more of your time, is actually creating the content for your offer and developing it and creating the deliverables and seeing where this all plays out, kind of mapping out how this is going to look. So after you actually create the content itself for the offer, it's time to think about marketing. So you want to create cornerstone content. And we've already covered this in the first part of Module 3, Content Marketing Strategy. So you should already have this piece of the pie done, right? You already know what your content marketing strategy is, or you should have some sort of idea of how you're going to market your content and use storytelling in your brand identity and brand messaging. So tie that in with your signature offer, so that way you can lead your ideal reader, your community members, towards this path onto, okay, this is what my final offer is for you. This is the most valuable information I can offer you. And that's the last phase of that so-called sales funnel, right? And again, we want to think about the customer journey roadmap. and we're going to walk through this all together so it makes more sense visually. So, like I said, this part of the process, creating your cornerstone content, should be a piece of cake because you already have an idea of what that marketing strategy looks like. It's just another piece of the actual process that's going to help lead your ideal reader down that journey. All right, excuse me. So we're almost through the entire process. And again, I want to walk through this with you step by step in the actual inspired action exercise. So now we want to generate leads. You've created your offer, you know what to call it, you've priced it, you've created all the deliverables, and you have a content marketing strategy in place. Now you want to start generating leads, get some traffic, get some feedback towards the actual offer. So again, if you haven't already done so, you might want to do a market research survey. That way you can collect email addresses and start building your email marketing community. So I want you to try doing like a mini launch at a lower price. That way you can test out your method that you created, your signature offer. And this could be just like a really mini version of what you've created. So you could turn it into like a small email challenge, a workbook, a masterclass, something a little lower priced. So like a lower ticketed product or service or class. That way you can get some feedback and testimonials, start generating leads, you can get beta testers. That way you get some feedback and you know that you're on the right direction, so you can kind of tweak your method if you need to, your signature offer. And again, just keep building your reputation, your authority, and generating more leads towards your end offer. Okay, so we're down to the last stage, step, phase, whichever you want to call it, of this process, and that is launching, right? So you've got everything put in place, you're confident in your pricing, you've got some testimonials and feedback, you've got a great list of people on your email list. Now, we're going to talk about creating an opt-in, which is basically a teaser to the actual signature offer. It gives them the what, but it doesn't answer the how. The how is left for your signature offer. So this helps generate more leads into your email list where you can automate readers towards your paid offer. And what I mean by automate is once they sign up for the signature opt-in, all they do is they get sent the PDF and then they get added to your email list, and you add them to a certain email sequence where it starts to nurture them and warm them up to your final offer. And this is completely automated in your email marketing program or system, and that way it's a part of this strategy you don't even have to worry about. And I'm actually going to show you in Teachable where this is uploaded, the information on creating an opt-in, because that's kind of a bigger lesson but also a part of this process. So creating a launch strategy and plan is important so it's not overwhelming, and again, allows you to simplify the process and automate everything. And you guys have to excuse me, I sound a little nasally. I definitely think it's the cold weather and my allergies, so I do apologize. Now the second section of this training or program I want to talk to you about is creating multiple streams of income, which is pretty self-explanatory, but again, we're going to walk through it together because I want you to be confident in being able to profit from your passion. Okay, put simply, I don't want you to put all your eggs in one basket. So cheesy, and you've probably heard it a million times, but creating multiple streams of income is important. Now, depending on if you're going to be, supplementing your income, plan to quit your job in 3 months and do this full time, depends on, exactly like how much money you need to make to be sustainable and to get a return on investment. But regardless, setting yourself up with multiple streams of income is just the best way to go, especially as an online business owner, because no stream of income is always guaranteed, especially if you're just starting out. So setting up multiple streams just ensures that you've got income coming in from different places. So you've probably heard of a lot of these. In terms of creating income from your blog, you can use ads, affiliate marketing, create digital products, physical products, and then of course services. So ads would be something you sign up for and you actually add to your website. Depending on the program you go through, it depends on how much you'll get paid out. This just means that throughout your website, you might have little banners and sidebar ads, and anytime somebody were to click through, you might make some money here or there. So, secondly, affiliate marketing, basically when you promote a product through a certain brand or company, anytime someone else would click on a link to that specific product that you mention in a link that's specific to your website, you will generate some sort of commission. If you go about it the right way, affiliate marketing can be very profitable. The next thing would be to create digital products, which I think is a great passive way to make income. Of course, you have to actually create the products up front in the beginning, but once you are able to market them and you've already created them, then it's a very passive way of making income. And then, of course, physical products, kind of the same deal, except if it's a physical product, you have to deal with, the shipping and packaging of the said item. And then lastly, one that requires work on the forefront, but you get to work with people one-on-one, which I really enjoy, or in a group setting, is any sort of service. So here are some tips I have for you when it comes to creating multiple streams of income. You want to create automated systems for each, that should say stream, not system. So create automated systems for each, for each stream of income using a management system like Asana. I want you to test out different strategies that work best for you for each stream of income. And then I want you to find what works best for you. So I found that implementing ads to my website just didn't work best for me, while other people make a lot of money off of it. So again, just play around with the different streams. That way you can figure out what's going to work best for you. And then lastly, and again, and the main part of this entire module 3 is implementing your content marketing strategy into each stream. That way you have a simple strategy to promote those income streams. So like affiliate marketing, if you know what your content marketing strategy is, you can implement affiliate marketing as a way to create your income. Okay. So let's get out of the slides, and I want to walk you through the homework and kind of do this activity with you. That way you're on the same page, you're not super overwhelmed, and I can clarify what I mean through this entire process of creating your multiple income streams and, of course, your signature offer. So here is where we're going to talk about ideal customer journey. So where are your customers currently at now? Where do you wish them to be? This is that transformation I always talk about from point A to point B. So right here is where you want to highlight the before transformation. So I'm just going to kind of make this up as I go. I'm not going to specifically use it for myself, but I'm just going to be very theoretical here. So right now my reader is struggling to make ends meet and would like to supplement her income by blogging and would eventually like to blog full-time. I'm just going to do some simple pain points here. She lacks confidence, has money mindset issues, limiting beliefs, all that good stuff, right? She's working 2 jobs while trying to manage starting a blog the right way, because she started a blog long ago, but it didn't pan out. Okay, so there's the before transformation. I want you to be more specific than I am, obviously. Kind of share the story of who this person is and where they're at right now, and give us just be very storytelling about it. So now that we've said who she is right now, where does she want to be in 3 months, or where would you like her to be? So she's set up multiple streams of income and created automated systems so she can be more productive, and has quit one of her jobs to focus on creating a plan of action towards her blog so she can eventually go full-time. Sorry for the spelling errors. So you want to highlight a really big transformation that she's going to experience and benefit from when she invests in your program or service that you're offering. Okay? So I really want you to think deep here. Like, what transformation? I want you to use emotion. I want you to use, again, just storytell. Tell me exactly like what she's going to experience, this big transformation. And it can be really simple. It doesn't need to be over the top. But being more specific about this transformation is really going to help you in creating your signature offer. So when it comes to creating your signature offer, again, one problem, one solution. One problem, one reader, one method, one result equals a big transformation. Here are the steps again reiterated on how to create your own. And then we're going to walk through creating your signature offer. So create a process. Map out 5 to 10 steps for your signature process and or method. So I'm actually going to give you guys my signature method, which is something you should be familiar with because I use it in this online program. Community building, content that converts, cultivating confidence, and then content that converts. So this is my 3-step method for going from confused blogger to confident creative. So this is my method, okay? And then of course, like I would want you to kind of break it down a little bit. You wouldn't have to be super detailed, but just like maybe some pinpoints of each step. And I always like the number 3, so you can do like 3 points per step, depending on how many steps you have. Then the second thing would be to brainstorm 2 to 3 names. So mine is the 3-step framework, which is actually what I call my opt-in, but this is what I call my signature method. It's the 3-step framework for going from confused blogger to confident creative. You can use words like blueprint, roadmap, step-by-step guide. Really emphasize any brand words or copy that you've created. Then you want to price this, so think about how you want to package and deliver it. So just list out all the deliverables, how you'll serve your audience here, your reader here, and then create a price for it. Now this is going to be left for you to create the entire offer. So me, I'm old school. I have to sit down and write everything out in pen. So if you want to print this off and do it, that's great. It might help you brainstorm what the actual offer is and what the resources are that you're going to need to develop the actual offer. Again, taking the work from the first part of this module, just implementing your content marketing strategy to create content that's going to drive traffic towards the signature offer. Generating leads. So how are you going to generate traffic towards this offer? Again, deciding what works best for you in terms of promotion. So think again about your online community. So if you decided that your online community is on Twitter, think about how you're going to serve your audience on Twitter and how eventually you're going to lead them towards your final offer. Lastly is launching, so the lead magnet. So here I want you to brainstorm what your lead magnet or opt-in is going to look like. And again, it should kind of resonate with the actual last offer you're creating. So like I said, my last offer is my coaching services. But how I get people there is through the 3-step framework, which is a guidebook for confused bloggers, and I want them to eventually go from using that framework towards implementing it and signing up for a coaching program. And again, I'm going to show you in Teachable. I did upload some additional trainings in terms of creating a free opt-in. That way you can take some time on your own to actually go through that training to help you create an opt-in if you're not familiar with how to do that or what email marketing looks like. And then lastly, I want you to create a launch plan below. And there is also going to be an example of my specific launch plan downloaded as a Google Doc. in Teachable that you can actually use as a template for your own launch plan. After you do your signature offer, this is where you want to brainstorm multiple streams of income. So using this space, just create the multiple streams that you want to implement into your business. And then the next following pages are for you to fill out and create for any services or products you want to develop. So if you want to do, like, one of the services is the travel itinerary. And for some reason, I don't know how to spell itinerary ever. Emphasizing the benefit, you want to do the cost, so let's say $450. You're going to deliver this by email and Zoom. And then the resources you'll need, and then how the service is going to be different from your competitors. Maybe you want to do a digital product like Lightroom tutorials for beginners. And this is something you could deliver on a platform like Teachable, or maybe even offer it as a class or a master class. Something you could automate, and that's pretty big training, so I'd say kind of higher priced. And then again, just kind of going through this and brainstorming different services and products you want to implement into your business. All right, so let's head on over to Teachable. That way, I can show you where the additional training's at in terms of the opt-in, email marketing, and then I have given you some free templates to create your own lead magnet or opt-in to send leads towards your email list. It looks a little bit different on my end than it does your end. So of course, down here at after this is going to be uploaded, you'll see creating an opt-in plus email marketing. So there is a training on email marketing, a training on creating an opt-in, there's a tutorial on Canva, and then I give you a free opt-in template through Canva, and then there's also a corresponding PDF to creating your opt-in. So with that being said, oh, hello. That is the final training lesson for this entire program for Module 3, for Part 2 Module 3. I'm really excited to see you guys transform throughout this program. Again, if you haven't already, be sure to join the Facebook community for community support and to just create your own community from there and participate and talk with other students of this entire program, this self-paced program. I'm really excited for you. Like I've said, creating your signature offer is what's going to start setting you apart from everyone else in your industry, and again, help you build the courage and confidence that you deserve so that you can be painlessly paid. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I want to thank you for joining the program. If you have any questions or if you want to offer me a testimonial or feedback, I would much appreciate it. Just please send me an email at thedailypursuit@outlook.com, and I will talk to you soon.